before you start?
I need to get it
No.
handed down.
Oh, sorry.
Goodness, here we go. I brought,
Oh, I haven't got Dan his.
a pages of options for trees, but I didn't get copies made for it. They don't have to be done tonight, I can rip them out
No,
of here.
just leave it in, it's fine. Or you want both sides,
Yes,
or do you want all three?
I don't want all three.
You don't want small trees?
I don't think I want small trees. I don't think we want to make.
Do you want to go live right now? Do you want to start it? So
We can.
you're not waiting
Go ahead
on
and
me?
get started.
I'll start it.
I need a pen too. I'm sorry, I'm just a mess. I ended up with my husband's truck and he doesn't have any.
Oh, you got a pen? Okay. All right, go ahead and I'll get copies made. I'll be right back.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. Let's do roll call. Brent is not here. Jeff is not here. Larry?
I'm here.
Jennifer?
I'm here.
Brian?
I am here.
Myself? And Dan?
Yep.
Since Jeff is not here, has anyone talked with him? Has anybody heard anything? I've not either.
I saw him at Ace, but other than that,
Yeah.
I've not talked to him.
Yeah. I did not print off the minutes for last meeting.
I did not either. I read through, but I did not print them
I
off.
didn't either.
So I'm not sure we can approve those. So we'll just table those minutes till next month.
Okay.
We're gonna jump around on our old business agenda tonight. Let's start out with tree board attire for events. Jennifer, do you have?
So I made a couple of designs, like, we didn't really, I didn't know what I was coming up with, I just
Yep.
came up with
I don't
it.
think we had any.
So here's a couple different ideas.
Ooh, I like a couple of those. I like the top left. Because that's small enough, it would look good on I like on shirts. I like the top right because it stands out.
Mm-hmm. I like top left, but I'm really simple kind of a guy, so.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think it needs to be anything
No.
fancy.
I do
I
like
think
that one.
trying to do any of those bottom ones in like a screen print
Would be difficult.
would be difficult.
And even
That's
in
why I like-
embroidery, if you do an embroidery, that
Oh,
would be
yeah.
really hard
Oh,
to.
I
like-
think getting
Either the top.
either to the top too.
Mhm.
Like if it was like a T-shirt style, I'd almost say the top right. But if it was going to be more like something embroidered, I'd say top left, just because like I think the design's a little simpler. But both of those are really good.
Thanks.
Like, well, they're all really good, I should say. I like the other picture. Those are awesome. those like good from like a letterhead or something.
Those ones I liked a lot, I thought about putting those on a shirt or a sweatshirt or something.
Oh, if it was big enough, yeah. Thank you, sir.
This would require a lot of ink to print it out, you know. Or screen printing also, this one.
Who's
I
gonna
like
do
it, but it would require a lot of,
Who's doing the T-shirts? You gonna have a place here in town?
Mhm.
Running around or, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you get a quote and see which
Yeah.
It may not cost any different.
They're not gonna cost any different.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah. Tree, that sure stands out.
Yeah.
I am in favor of either of those two options. I do not have a strong preference one way or the other. They both look really good. I am having trouble about it. Get a coin out and flip it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, you design, you
Oh,
design.
Do you have a
My
favorite?
favorite's that one.
Oh, no.
Get the darts out.
But whatever. I mean, this could also be made in, like, I could just, if I like that one, just get that made into a shirt for myself. or
Sure.
whatever.
I like this one only because the tree, I mean, it stands out so big,
Mhm.
so it's my preference.
I can live with that one.
Yeah.
I'm okay
I
with that.
think
Yeah.
I guess
should we
we'll
wait for
probably,
Brent and,
Jeff?
yeah, let them weigh in on it.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll vote on it next month.
Yeah.
I agree, that works for me.
Okay.
Does anybody want to keep this copy?
I can hang on to it. We'll put it here in the,
Because I'm sure you have more.
Yeah. Have digital files.
Okay, good. Let's, from there, I left on, let's just work our way back up. Update on Seth Slaybaugh, a certified arborist in the tree inspection. Larry, do you have any updates for us on that?
Only that he has been working diligently, and I keep trying to keep up with the inputting. I did a sort of a test. It takes me 11 minutes to input about 10 trees. And I thought if we need any volunteer hour, you know, how some of the, what are they called?
Organizations or groups?
No, when we submit for a grant. Grants sometimes need, you know, how many matching hours you can put in. I'm putting in a lot of hours.
Okay.
So however many trees we have divided by 10, and that's how many hours I put in. Whatever. Anyways, I think he asked me, well, how far into this are we? He's more than 50% done with the whole city.
Wow.
So I appreciate the feedback on these sheets that I've been getting. It reminds me, I need to give you a list of,
It's on new business, I saw
Okay,
Janice
all
put
right.
it there, so.
okay, yep. So.
Okay, so
you
he's
know,
just working away.
He
You
is,
say it's more than 50% complete.
yes.
That's fantastic.
Mhm.
Anybody have any questions about that?
has he had like, I mean, realizing you haven't gotten through everything, but do you feel like he's been having a lot come back that need like cut they all seem to be pretty good, pretty healthy, or like what's like impression of overall status so far? Like, are we in are they all doing well, or is there health, mix of both?
It's a mix. I have noticed that in some cases, what had been listed as, say, a 36-inch tree, they came back smaller.
We had one last year, I took it on the chin, it was a 12-inch, and they got out, and it took two to touch hands. And-
Yeah, how does that
Oh,
work?
I saw it, but did not tell them, and I got lit up about it. And
Yeah. So there are some that were in poor condition that went up to fair, or they were fair and they went up to good. And then there's some that were, good and went down.
Mhm.
So it is a mix. It is a mix. By and large, the trees are increasing in size. The count, our total tree count is going down, not up.
Is that just because it looks like there was a tree somewhere, like we had a record of,
Yeah.
there was a tree there,
There-
then Seth gets there and he goes, there was not a tree here.
There's not, it's void. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. As I complete this, I have run some reports of, like how many stumps there are out there, how many dead trees, how many removals. And he's rating them, removal priority 2, removal priority 3. And I don't know quite what the difference is.
I was gonna say,
to tell you.
is the one needs done now or is 3 needs
I
done?
think
Which way is
if
it?
it says removal,
Oh,
I
gotcha.
think it
That's-
means
He means
get
now.
it down now.
Gotcha.
And removal
And
3
you're talking that
is
as trees, not stumps, right? Because you were talking stumps.
Yes,
You're
I'm talking-
trees.
trees.
Yeah, removal, that would mean
Yeah,
No.
top priority.
Top
Gotcha,
priority.
gotcha.
and I did tell him, kind of keep a list of the ones you think need to come down. And there's 30 of those. Yeah,
Good. Well, that's when we get to new business, then we'll talk that.
Okay.
Because,
I have a tree-related question about a tree and wanting to know its status. Is now a good time for that, or?
sure.
Okay. I'm curious about the status of the ginkgo tree that's in Baker Park.
oh, that one.
Yeah, I've gotten kind of conflicting reports on what's going on with that tree.
Okay.
And wanted to get a straight answer about it.
It was healthy the last time I looked at it.
It looks healthy to me, but apparently it has an X on it.
An
Oh,
X?
really?
Yeah. And that tree is historically
Oh,
significant.
yes, it's very historic. That goes all the way back to Shinzo Oki.
Right, so we
So,
should not be taking
I
that
don't
tree
know.
down.
No, we're not taking that tree down.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, no,
Well,
no.
that should be a tomorrow, go look at that.
I actually have brown spray paint that's kind of bark brown, so I will
And
paint
like,
over
no.
it, just,
This is not coming down.
yeah, no, that was never.
Okay, because I have not gotten a straight answer on this
No.
from anybody.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Very
That's a big,
concerned
I
about that
wonder if
tree.
it
that's
was,
a big deal.
well, where else? We had another one. That's the second X that I've heard, but no, it's not on any of my list, so I will, it'll get painted over tomorrow.
Super, thank you.
Yeah, because I usually, back when Davey would come in, they would X for cut or dot for, prune, and people would call and say, I don't want my tree cut. And I finally figured out, to make everybody happy, I just spray paint the white brown, and so they didn't have a big white X,
Uh-huh.
looking. So, yeah, I'll get that taken care of tomorrow, because no.
Man, that
I
was
just wonder who did
so
that.
upsetting to drive by and see
Oh,
that
yeah.
tree came down.
I just wonder how
Which,
that happened.
where was this located?
It's in Baker Park. It's the ginkgo tree
Oh.
that you can see pretty
Okay.
clearly from the
Very,
road.
very close to the tunnel
It's
under the road.
a beautiful tree.
Okay.
And it's on the right side if you're headed out of town.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We'll see, that's right there.
And it's very fruity. I went and collected 100 last year.
Oh, really?
And tried to germinate them. You have to put them in your fridge over the winter and then sow them and everything. I think I got, out of 100 trees, I had 10 that actually sprouted. I don't have any left. They're all dead. I couldn't maintain them, so I lost them all.
It's like Osage orange.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to do those?
No.
Cool. Those are so hard too.
Mm.
We're doing it with
Well,
an
then
acorn
yet
right
another
now.
reason why we
Yeah,
don't want
acorns
anything to
are
happen
pretty
to that
easy.
tree.
Well, we got an
Yeah.
acorn vase.
It's a
but
good
it-
big one.
It
Yeah.
hasn't worked for 2 years, and this is the first year we're getting
Really?
anything
Gosh,
out
I
of
pull
it.
acorns up every spring. Every spring I pull an acorn up. They work pretty easy. Oak trees. Okay. So let's go up, next one. Revisit the new build ordinance and tree list for planning commission. What I had Chip print for us is the list of what's in our tree management plan right now. This is a list of of trees that have been recommended, and this was through Davy, but this is a good list to get on to the planning commission. However, this is too many on this list, in my opinion, to hand to them. I think we need, maybe 10.
Oh,
Really? It seems a little low to me.
Well, if you feel like this list is enough, I mean, okay.
Oh, I'm just
I think
going
it's,
through it.
it's pretty overwhelming for someone, and this is something that, for the new construction, but,
Correct.
okay,
This gives you a lot of options, though.
it does.
Yeah, I think we
Would
need
it be-
a fair amount of diversity in our canopy. I'm just looking at some of these and I'm,
Well, if you want to, I mean, that's fine, we can leave it like this.
Would it be easy just to go through it real quick and just be like, okay, how about no, just like, be like, just like not, I mean, realizing these are all like, approved effectively, but be like, just, no, like, we don't need this one, just be like, just maybe some ones that would be less desirable, even though like they're on the approved list, if that makes sense. If there's anything to stand out, they're like, nah.
how about if we take this list, each one of us, bring it back at the next meeting and go through and edit that list down? Because I see some that, I don't think we should even mess with that.
Well, I'll just say even, let's go to persimmon.
Yes.
It's gonna be really hard for them to even find that at a
I
nursery.
guess that's kind of what I'm thinking, why you would want to have a long list, is because if you go to the nursery and they only have whatever it is that they have, that,
Right, persimmon's
Oh.
not real common.
Yeah,
I mean, when I got mine, they were, that big.
right.
Exactly.
I mean,
But
unless you
You're
were
not
like,
getting a
I want
6
to
or
really
8
get
footer
something
because it's
different
not popular.
that isn't out
Sure.
there.
Where do we
And-
normally get the trees? Where would they normally get the trees? Are they recommended by something local, or they just have to go get it wherever?
They can
They go
go
wherever they want.
So maybe to have this, a nursery in the areas to kind of see which ones they commonly stock most of the time would
Yeah.
be
Do,
part of the list, or be that list?
possible. Is there a size that's given in the ordinance? Like inch and a
Well, we
half? or-
talked about that. I was thinking, I don't have the ordinance,
I
but
don't
I
either.
was
I don't.
thinking it was inch and a
Yeah,
half
I
or
would say,
bigger.
yeah.
I
do.
think that was what was already in the ordinance.
Yeah. Which would, I mean, here's one. How in the world did this get in here? Hardy rubber tree? I don't even know
Well-
what that is.
Yeah. This list
It
is,
might be natives too,
oh, some of these are natives.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
and that's why I wonder if they didn't just,
But,
Persian
some of this
Perosia?
list
Persica?
is from Davy. So, I mean, this list is from Davy. But, the first page is large trees.
This one, yeah.
And then if you flip, did you get a second page? Did you?
Yes.
did-
Yeah.
Medium trees?
And those are
Then
the,
large and then
the
mediums.
medium trees.
Mhm.
I didn't have Chip even print off the
Small trees.
small trees.
What's gonna be under there, like the crab apples, that type of tree?
Dogwood,
Dogwood crab, okay.
hawthorn.
Okay,
red bud.
Are they too
so
small to
15
qualify for?
foot-ish, okay.
Not, no, I mean, height-wise, they'll only get 15 to 30 feet.
Okay.
As a tree board, we're looking for shade and canopy.
Mhm.
A smaller tree is not gonna give us our shade and canopy.
Right.
So if we give the small tree list to the planning commission, that people can pick these things, they're already gonna pick these things to go in their landscaping around their
Mhm.
house.
Right,
And then
yeah.
they won't,
We want them to have some
we want them
serious
to have
trees.
a serious shade tree to
Yeah.
help this,
Okay.
with the street,
Yeah.
coverage of the street, coverage, help shade their house, and,
Okay.
and cool our urban forest, or cool our
Okay.
urban, cool our city.
Mhm.
Now, when they get this list, the homeowner, are they just listed, like, here's some trees you get to pick, or is there a packet that they actually can say, oh, this is how nice they look, or is
Well,
that stuff
not
that
at
we?
that point, not yet,
Okay.
because that's kind of what we're working towards.
Okay.
Is, you
That
know,
would
our
be
new
nice to
build
have us-
ordinance.
Yeah,
And, we want to be able to give them a list.
And then they
And if we want to make it as a packet, that it's, okay, this is the picture of the
Like,
sweet gum tree,
Here's
the
what it looks like in the
linden.
spring and looks like in the fall, so they can see the colors, and then maybe that would
Yep,
get them to choose
Because-
something.
the majority of people building a new house are gonna go, oh, I know what a maple is, okay, let's do a maple.
Oh, right.
Go get a silver.
And then you're gonna end up, and so everybody's going to pick
Yeah.
a maple, because everybody knows, for the
Sure.
most part, what a maple tree is. Not everybody knows what a linden is, not everybody knows
No.
what a sweet gum is, you know?
So who does this list actually go to? Is this for the contractors, or
Developer.
this is for a developer?
Mhm.
Okay.
And the ordinance is going to be directed at the developer, not the homeowner.
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But don't you think,
I think then the developer could pass it along to the homeowner.
I mean, ultimately, it will be on them if that's a requirement, that they
Yeah.
have the tree, so.
They should have a choice.
I guess like I think when I go and do a new house, we'll just say in Deer Chase.
Mhm.
They'll say, we have our requirement or our ordinance is, we need 5 bushes and 2 trees.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Seems like that would be information then that comes from building and planning.
Yeah, but it would be, I think how it would be set up, this is just my thinking of it. It would go out to the developer, so then they could require it in their HOA that there is 1 street tree required on every facing street. And so then the homeowner would say, I need 2 street trees and 5 bushes and 2 trees. Because most of those are coming from the homeowners association that's saying, well, all of those are. I mean, unless we get infill, which we're not getting a ton of, but like, we're gonna miss out, like Brooks Langlois doing one out off of Hannah Street, and that's already been fully platted and everything, but you know, that would went to Brooks, and then he would put it in his homeowners association, or his, I cannot think of it, it's not homeowners association. But down that line, and so then each homeowner has to, you know, is required to do that.
Is it possible to make it, I don't know if it is or it isn't, but is it possible to make it something that just any new house built after this date has to
Yeah,
have this?
we could,
I mean, that would get the
Yeah.
ball rolling,
uh-huh.
even if.
Then if we even did an infill house, it would cover it. Yeah.
Well, this
So-
is something that we've been working on, toying with, and that's why, you know, I thought we gotta keep moving forward and.
Right. I don't know why, but I was thinking most urban planning is, is done by a landscape architect and not by the homeowner. If you're gonna have the correct trees planted, and you have a certain variety of trees in an area, you don't let the homeowner do it. That's done by,
They can.
well, they can, but you're gonna get a mismatch of trees. Now, they can do it around their house, let them pick the,
Oh, you're saying.
I'm
that-
talking about the street, the one that the city is going to be responsible for its maintenance. Of course, again, I'm coming from my history in Fort Wayne, and we chose the trees that were planted in a new addition. I
Even
think
one
the
by the
arborist
road?
did it, or,
You did one by the road as well, or just around your house?
oh, we didn't mess with around the house. They could do whatever they wanted.
Oh.
I'm talking about the street trees, the city trees. Those were chosen by an arborist or by a landscape architect. Those weren't just, hey, plant whatever you want. As a matter of fact, it was to the point, if they planted trees that were not on the list, we'd go and dig them out. So you didn't, we didn't agree on a tree like that. And
Well,
I
I
know
think
we're in a
that's-
different situation here, but is the ordinance going to be such that the division, the subdivision, you're gonna wait until there's a house built before we plant a street tree in front of it? Is that,
I would suggest so. I mean, because you're gonna have
With the construction.
trucks
Yeah,
and
that was my
everything pulling in.
Worry, as the,
Hooking
that's
it up.
And
to-
if you
Hooking it
plan
up
it right
to-
now, you don't know where the driveway's gonna be and.
true? Yeah, I see.
And I think that's what we're wanting this ordinance and this list to present when they're building a new subdivision.
Right,
So the developer,
Well, I
has-
also think maybe
has-
the individual person who's going into Deer Chase or whatever at this point to buy a lot, like, you can build a house there, but you do have to do this. I mean, aren't they required to put in a sidewalk at the same time? So it's not that much different than saying, okay, you have to
well,
do
I
a
can
sidewalk
also
and a
see
tree.
if we actually want this ordinance to pass, we're gonna have to let them choose the tree they want. It's not gonna pass if we say no.
You're putting a black locust in front of your house, if you
Yeah,
like it or
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
I mean, for
this-
that reason, maybe you want to give them plenty of options what that can be.
Yeah.
you know, I think
But at the end of the day, I would think it would be down to probably the building department, since they'll be
Mhm.
signing off on things. Oh, you don't have a tree out here, that's a problem.
Yeah, before they give them
Yeah, you
the
can't- you can't
occupancy permit.
Have your
Yeah,
occupancy permit,
Oh,
so
I
you
see.
do
you gotta
this.
have your
Yeah.
signature.
yeah.
I mean, and that would definitely be like, okay, I guess we're gonna go buy a tree today.
Mhm.
I guess I'd make a motion then that we, again, we take this list and each one of the members takes it and comes back next week with,
Next month.
or next month, with their,
I'm coming back next week.
with,
what day's Christmas to see here then?
with the list edited down.
Excuse me.
I don't know all of the area or local nurseries, but I'd be willing to reach out to them, give them this list, and mark what they normally stock to
That'd
help
probably
with
be
that
good.
list.
Cause that'd be really frustrating if it was then hard to
Well,
find
and
something.
then we'll have that master list and, or not master list, but something that's like, you know, they could look at that pretty quickly, I think, and be like, yeah, we always have this tree.
That would be helpful, actually, to have that list put together, so that when they get this list of, here's what you gotta go
Mhm.
find, here's some
Yeah.
different places you could
I
contact.
can reach out to them and do that. Does anybody have a master list of nurseries by any chance? I'll just Google it too.
We get most.
I mean, I know where some of them are.
Most of our trees come from Shade Trees Unlimited, and I've got their list, so I can give it to you. And
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
Whitley local,
Okay.
Whitley local.
There's one
Plant
out on,
Center is another one.
there's one
Fall
out on
Colors.
Kaiser Road,
Fall Colors.
Is that Fall
He's a
Colors?
local.
one by the NDOT out there, the railroad off of 9.
They
What's
aren't
that?
in
They're
business
closed.
anymore, they're closed.
Which is the one that's off 14, right before you get to county line?
Fort Wayne trees.
Fort
Is that-
Wayne
Oh, that's Fort
trees.
Wayne trees?
But
Yeah.
technically, it's
But
still in Whitley
technically in
County.
Whitley
That
County.
is Whitley County.
There's that, and then, oh my gosh, I don't know, I think that's cross county line. I was gonna say, what's the one that? is
Twin
just-
Oaks is
Hill-
our,
Hillgreaves.
Twin Oaks, that's a new one.
That's not Whitley County.
That's not Whitley
It's
County,
not,
but.
no, it's not Whitley
I don't
County.
believe it is. It's local, but not.
Yeah.
Clayton's in
I think with-
North Webster has a lot of native species.
I'll reach out to a few of them. I think we can get it narrow. I bet you we're gonna see a real common denominator on trees of what they stock, I bet. So, okay, I'll reach out to a handful, and we can tighten it up after that too, once we
Yeah.
get it more narrowed down.
Yep. Okay,
I was supposed to have the next item, but I do not.
okay.
She was supposed to email me, so, and I even thought a lot of times she watches Tree Board, and I thought she would, but she has
Yeah.
not. I would really like to know too, just as much as you guys.
Okay, so we don't have our financial
No.
update tonight.
I will, actually, I'll email to everybody tomorrow. She gives it to me.
I do know, Shade Trees Unlimited,
They have been paid.
They submitted their invoice and they have been paid, so, for the 100 trees that were
Okay.
planted.
From last.
Yep.
Yeah, from last month. So now let's jump down to update on the end of the year tree planting. I have 50 trees in the ground, staked, planted, all mulched, all done.
Oh, wow.
I have 8 trees sitting yet to be planted this year. So that leaves us with 42 trees that I've healed out at my shop. They don't have a home yet. We're running into some difficulties, and I think we need to do a little homework. When Jeff had sites, Chip got sites marked, we delivered and set trees, and we got a lot of people that don't want trees being forced onto them without being given some information. I understand the same feeling. Like, don't you tell me I have to take that. Tell me I'm going to be given a
Yes.
nice, wonderful tree that's going to provide them shade,
Yeah.
that's gonna provide them.
I understand, yeah.
I understand it too. We had some people that were not very happy. We had to pick our trees back up. We had to move them.
And then we had, the other problem is utilities.
Yes.
That
And
was the
that's
biggest
our-
issue.
And that's our other issue.
Uh-huh.
We had trees setting right on top of the
Oh my
electric
gosh.
lines, right on top of the gas lines.
And if you moved them, the sad thing is, I was like, let's move them back 1.5 feet. Then it would have looked stupid as could be, because why is a tree not in the middle of the tree lawn? Why is it right here?
Yeah.
You know, and so, yeah, that was,
So we had to do some shuffling. So we still planted, on Hannah Street Extended. We planted like 14 of them along like a swampy low area. 14,
That sidewalk.
15, 16,
Yep.
something like that, along the
Is
sidewalk.
that where like that pond area?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, yeah.
It looks
I-
really good. It makes a
That-
really,
that's awesome.
a really good statement.
Okay.
We planted quite a few along, what was that street called?
Cottonwood? No.
Yeah, we
Somerset?
planted Somerset and Cottonwood
Mhm.
Cool.
streets. And we planted both of those on the west, we could plant on the west side of the street. No, we could plant on the east side of the street,
Yes, we could
not
not
the
plant on the
west.
west.
Okay.
Because utilities are all running on the west.
What is
So
the neighborhoods over there called, the housing additions?
That's Ravenwood and Somerset. I used to live there.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You know, I forgot. We need to talk after.
That's the east side is the one that's like, those houses are butted to that field, right? Is that the
Mhm.
side?
Yeah.
That's-
Okay.
Yeah, and, so, we just kind of, we had to do some moving. So then, we took some down to the fire museum on Whitley Street. There's 4 right there at that trailhead. We
Oh.
planted 4 catalpa there today. So I think that'll look really good. Then we put 2 at Bluebell along Whitley Street. That was good there. Then we took 14 up to it's the parks, but it's like the road going back to the Whitley
I
Foundation.
wondered about that.
Yeah, I
because
saw
they're all
those.
kinda
I was
like-
like, I was like,
laying
oh
around
my
up
God, man,
there.
Parks
Yeah.
Department's going to town.
The Parks Department's not happy with it, so just that way, I got it very,
They have to
But-
mow around those.
oh, I know, and I said, I ought to buy you a zero-turn mower. Oh, yeah, it was quite
Yeah,
heated.
zero turn
It
mower. I seen them mow.
has made a statement, again, with having that many up there.
Yes,
There's
it's
been
gonna be
many.
beautiful.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
We came across a gas line today with that. It was mismarked. And so we
that's
would have
cheap.
gotten our other 8 planted today, but we got slowed down.
That's always fun.
So it ended up, it was a deadline but, we had like 15 NIPSCO trucks,
I counted.
811 trucks. Did you count?
I counted with your vehicles, we had 14 vehicles there.
All
When
the
I drove by.
yellow lights.
Oh,
going
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I did not stop, because I did not want to be part
Oh,
of it.
you couldn't believe the people driving by pipe blew.
Oh, yeah.
Or
They had my cell phone number, and I thought, if it's something major,
Oh, it was a experience for sure.
Huh.
And it ended up, because the line, it was this big, the pipe was
Wow.
this big, it was a big one. And, it ended up, it was a deadline, but boy, there was some real
Was
excitement.
it
going on.
plastic?
It was.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Yeah.
So how many trees, you have 50 planted?
50 of them are all done. I have 8 more to plant up by the foundation up at the
Okay,
parks for
okay.
the year. So that leaves us with 42 that are not, that don't have a home. I would like them, I personally think they ought to be put now, we need to look towards planting them at more houses, more people's homes, housing additions. Because we really wanted to plant them in Hannah Street. We really wanted to plant all of them at Hannah Street Extended, and
right.
it hasn't happened. But there needs to be some education happening. They need a letter that's saying we would like to do this and why it would be beneficial to them, and that it's no cost to them. Because people, the feedback I got was, well, nobody asked me if I wanted a tree.
I don't want to mow around it.
And, or,
Listen.
I don't wanna rake those leaves,
Mhm.
or things that, the negative side of having a tree versus the positive side.
Are they ever, I know there's that gray line, is that a scenario of where if it fell down, they're responsible?
No.
This is zero,
These- Zero,
okay,
zero.
okay, great.
Because they're
'Cause where they're
street trees,
located.
because of where they're located, yeah. It's just, they don't wanna be forced, they would like to be asked, not forced.
Um,
So,
Basically a simple flyer of some sort.
yeah, which, and not necessarily even I mean, yeah, a flyer, but it needs to be a letter. We used to, there was a letter, there was a form, and it was sent to, okay, we wanna plant a tree at
I
3.
did it last year. We had enough
Okay.
time last year when we did Hannah Street. And I think we got maybe 3 to 5 responses back, no, I do not want it. And actually, you can drive down there and see who did not want it. And so if we just have more, this was, speaking from my standpoint, this was a rush to get them in, and we did not have time. And so I think, come February, let's figure out, get me addresses where we know there'd be no utility conflicts, where, I don't even know if we could have the mayor put it out, if you'd like a tree in your tree lawn, contact me, and write it down.
I do think that, I think people do respond to Ryan when he
Yeah,
throws something out.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if we do that, and give them your number. I'm sorry, I overspoke and said my number. And I told the street department, I was like, if it's a 6-foot tree lawn, we are planting a tree. If it's smaller than that, we are not. So don't, and by the time that tree disturbs, if it disturbs the sidewalk, we're all,
Sure.
yeah, we've got 100 years before we have to worry about that with any tree we're planting. We're not planting pines or,
So we're thinking that we won't be planting these trees that are left,
The 42,
won't be planted this year.
correct.
Okay.
Are they okay to sit?
I've got them heeled in, which means I've got them, they're all sitting together, and then I've got mulch covered over all of them, so they look like, they,
Look
they.
like little
they look-
woods?
Yeah, it looks like little woods, and it
Yeah,
looks
little
like they're all
grove.
protected,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because, and they've got the mulch around them. So,
And you have a list of what we have?
I do not,
Oh, okay.
I do
Just
not.
Slap them right
You mean
up
like the
there.
42 that's left?
Yeah.
I do not. I can make a
she's
list.
running wild.
Okay.
This
I
one
can
looks
make a
good
list,
here.
but I
Let's go.
don't, yeah, they're all still tagged.
Okay.
They're all still tagged. Man, when that cold weather hit,
Uh-huh.
that was right when Shade Trees delivered them to me,
Uh-huh.
because he wanted to get them out from under him.
Yeah.
And I had a semi sitting in my lot, and we were unloading them, and we were just stacking them, and I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta get these. I was panicking because of how cold it was,
Mhm.
and so,
Then it warms up.
And then it warmed back
freezes,
up. Oh,
But then
yeah.
it goes back to freezing and
oh
then
yeah.
it warms up.
So, When we found spots for these 58, that's what I said. And I have room at my shop. I had room to heal the rest of them in. That was kind of how we came up with that.
I'm trying to go about getting across from, I think, the car lot on, like, auto credit or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to
You've
use
been
some,
trying that for years.
I think I've
Is
got
that where the
it.
new health facilities at? Is that where you're talking?
No, down,
B&J rental, where
That's
old
where,
B&J
Yep,
rental.
okay.
was.
Trier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trier.
old
Old Sears,
Trier,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
in that stone.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, I'm working a different angle, so,
Now, the south, or the north part of that lot, there's another set of stone in that area.
mhm,
That section is in
right away,
right of way.
okay.
And it certainly doesn't block the view of that parking lot like they're so fearful of.
But,
Yeah,
yeah,
so maybe we could plant there and get a start.
because I was also thinking too, I marked them and I never called in locates and never got with you. But in front of,
You said B&J Reynolds, what
Yeah.
you had told me. Mhm.
did we not?
You told me that, and I texted you back, and then you sent back Bluebell and.
I know, there's even
and
white
the
flags out
museum.
there. What was going on in this
On the
brain, I
end.
don't know.
I don't know either. You sent me back that,
I
so I
know.
went, okay.
I know.
And I didn't,
I
I
drove by
went
today
away
and
from
I was like,
B&J.
I was like, what's she doing? I went, checked my locates, I'm like, I didn't call in locates there, so yeah, it's all my fault, but I don't know what I was thinking that day.
What's up there too?
Maybe four.
There's another
If you
section.
get them called in, I'll plan them Friday, because that's when I'm gonna
I
do the
don't think
last.
and now it's switched to 3 days now, not 2 days anymore.
Yeah, so you can't even get them.
I know. Well,
Okay.
this spring.
Well, if January stays decent, it's just, we shut down at least for the next 2 weeks, so.
Mhm.
How long can they stay in that
Mulch
purgatory that they're in?
Tree purgatory.
pile. Actually, it's not bad. I mean,
A long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nurseries, nurseries that don't grow their own trees will get their order in the spring, and they heal them in, and they'll live, those trees will live there all the way, sometimes for a year or two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They will re-burlap them, like they'll dig them out of this, and then they re-burlap them to move them to their new permanent home.
Those should be good until
Oh, yeah.
June of next year,
Oh, yeah.
anyways, yeah.
But the
so,
burlap's good on
yeah,
them, and
yeah.
they're all tied good, and
Mhm.
so.
Yeah.
Jeff did have some papers. Did he ever get those to
Yes,
you?
I've got them, yeah.
Um,
But we didn't plant many in front of the house.
No,
I
we
felt like
didn't.
we did a lot of,
yeah, and I talked to most homeowners, all,
Okay.
and most of those are rentals down through that,
Mhm.
so.
I can get
But-
bag them if we
but-
did.
We're working towards doing a door hanger. So even though the people will be informed when we actually plant the tree, then we want to be able to just hang it on their door saying, can you water it once a week? Can you, or whatever.
That'll be more receptive to, once you let them know about them beforehand.
Yes.
Like, okay, I got a plant, I can water the tree instead
Yep.
of, oh, now I gotta water it too?
Yeah,
Have you seen
exactly.
the water bill?
Exactly.
Are you
Yep,
paying for
because I
that?
hear that too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I've heard that too.
Yep,
Do you
I
know how much
bet.
water that's gonna take?
Yeah, a whole gallon.
Yeah, right, a whole gallon. So, anyhow, we're gonna try and go about this in a little better fashion for the spring planting, especially if it's homeowners.
Yeah.
And I agree with Chip, we kind of were rushing.
Just because that cold snap.
And I don't know that we realized that shade trees could get those trees and have them immediately. And, he
That was
texted
fast.
me and said, I want to deliver them, and it was the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I can't. I couldn't, my crew was gone that day, I couldn't, and I was like, oh no, we have to take it another day.
Mm.
Because he was shutting down and his crew was gonna be gone,
Mhm.
so. But it all's worked okay. I have nothing else on old business. Anybody want to talk about, anybody have anything on old business and anything I missed?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, the only item I have on new business, and we kind of already touched on it a little bit, is tree cut list for 2025.
Tree
And
cut list, removal list? Yeah.
trimming and or removal.
Yeah,
And
Just
so,
as soon as you can get it to
I
me.
will talk to Seth tomorrow to try to, I mean, there's like 150 trees to be removed, so
Wow.
he's gonna have to prioritize it, tell me, okay, pick 30,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
Where you planted these trees, do you have a list of addresses and what is planted where?
You didn't take off any of the tags, did you?
Oh, yeah, I pulled all tags. We pulled all tags.
Larry.
Yes,
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Well, a lot of them don't have addresses.
yeah, a lot of them don't
Like,
have
yeah,
addresses. That's kinda
like
what
where
I'm
like that
thinking.
swampy area is,
Uh-huh.
that's.
Yeah, there's no addresses there.
Oh, that'd be like,
Address
that'd
to
be
the,
like
we're addressing to the swamp.
some of those addresses out there in Squawbuck, West Squawbuck, bunch of butternuts out there. There, I don't know how many there were, but there's a lot of vacated spots along there now. But yeah, I don't know what to do about the ones that don't have an address.
Yeah, and
I
even
mean,
those ones like in the park, the
Mhm.
foundation ones, those really don't have an address.
Is that not a road? That's not a, that's.
Yeah, but where we planned them, it's kind of a tree lawn. It does not, uh-huh.
Well, it'd be the same as, we have trees in the inventory in the parks.
Yeah,
There's no address. It's just,
I can maybe put in, I just don't know what the trees are, but I can put in the ones. I'll look into it
Because I,
at the first of the year, because I'll look into it, because I mean, I know where all of our trees are.
okay,
and I know what they
They
all
are.
are,
Okay,
so
okay.
we weren't necessarily specific.
they got what they got.
They got what they got, yeah.
Okay.
Other than the catalpas. I think the catalpas, so they were more,
Public land.
Prominent,
yeah, and not necessarily in people's yards.
yeah.
Is that what's up in the park?
The catalpas are on, by the fire museum,
That's
right
what it
along
is,
the
okay.
trail. Those are, there's 4 catalpas
I hope
Okay.
in 100 years there'll be shade in that.
there.
We have a trailhead with no shade.
Yeah. Well, and the soil there is terrible, so that's why, that's a good place for them too, because they're pretty tolerant.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, Larry, just give me that list as soon as you can. They like to wait for it to freeze, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's gonna happen, so, but they have been asking, but,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't think I'll put, we have a lot of 4-inch type trees. Do those count as part of the 30? I mean, that's a like, and it's done.
We
To
did,
remove,
Yeah,
you have a lot of 4-inch ones to
Yeah.
remove.
yeah. But if it, well, I would.
And
I
why
would-
are they being removed?
They're dead.
did.
What were they?
Oh, you name it, we got about anything,
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, those are a quick zip and go.
Yeah,
It's not like.
I mean,
I don't know, from my
cut,
standpoint,
throw it back in the
it's,
truck and go to the
they still
dump.
count it as a tree, is what they always say.
Yeah.
They pulled some before and they go, that was still a tree. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. No, I'll get it to you.
Okay.
Yep.
I think somehow you ought to do the 4-inch should be like 2.
Yeah, two trees are
Or-
cut for one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Three
2
for
for
one.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I won't even give them any small on the list. I'll go cut those myself and
All right.
give them all 20 and bigger.
Yeah.
Find some more of the ones that you need two people around, their arms around really here.
All right, do we have any additions? Anything new we need to discuss or talk about?
No, ma'am. Not for me.
Oh, we should start working earlier on our Arbor Day celebration
Okay.
with the schools. Which schools are gonna want trees?
And I know we talked about, well, I guess not, and I just said no, I know we'd kind of talked about it, but I know, Brent's not here, but we talked about trying to have like like an executive session or something, like where we can sit and talk about, oh my gosh, like it was some of the unless we don't need to do the talks like about the ordinances and stuff like that.
Oh,
We
yeah, I
we
know
just
what
kind of
you-
wanted to,
Mhm.
instead of trying to hash it all out here, take meet for a couple hours and
Yeah.
just like focus on and hash that out. I don't know if we want to wait until, see if everybody's here for, January's meeting, we can find a time for
Yeah.
everybody.
Kind of to get that ordinance finalized. Like, we've been tossing it around for a
Yeah.
couple meetings now and coming with different, and just get it all finalized and then present it.
Mhm.
Well, I guess I just need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.